Hello, Williams, happy taking us to 2:11 p.m. Eastern Africa time. A very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for choosing Hero Radio. My name is Kate Vobic, and it's time for the Vobic's Palace. And I'm joined, being on a Wednesday, I'm joined with our Dr. Love. That's Councillor Sam.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very good.
Because I'm happy. I always wait for this time. That is the Vobic's Palace.
Wow.
How are you doing?
Me, I'm doing fine. I thank God. The week has been wonderful. And especially, I'm actually thanking God. Yesterday, we were having a very big election for the Nakuru Filmmakers
By the way,
Association.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
what's your title again?
Now I was given the post of the chairman. So I'll be chairing Nakuru County Filmmakers Association. And actually, I want to thank all the members of Nakuru Filmmakers Association for giving me that opportunity. It's a wonderful one. It's a privilege.
Okay, so he's no longer just Dr. Love, but still the chair of Nakuru County Film Association. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your voice is becoming good day by day.
Yeah.
I'm talking in terms of radio.
You see, with so much of exposure and experience, then it gets on sharpening and lovely. You make me have it. And again, the kind of stuff that you're talking here.
Yes.
Yeah, they require a lovely voice.
I'm so burning. So to the listeners today, we are talking about what motivates a man to be with a woman.
Yeah.
And I think I'm burning.
You're burning. Yeah. I think this is a very good program for us today because what happens is that a relationship is normally authored by a man. And you see, there's something that really catches the eyes of a man before he even approaches a lady. And so basically, what really makes a man keep on loving this lady? What keeps him, more attracted to this man, to this lady? So these are some of the things that we're going to be looking into, because men are physical beings. They see and they want to touch and they want to be around what has attracted them. So what exactly is it that motivates men? And I'm actually going to share some areas that ladies need to look into. And for those who already have them, congratulations. For those who are waiting for this show, actually we are here for you. Yeah.
So let's go. I think the ball is in your court. What really motivates a man to be with a woman?
One of the things that really motivates, actually, I'm going to touch on three things. One of them is having an irresistible personality. And in that, there are quite a number of areas that we are going to look at. And the other one is being physically irresistible. You see, you realize that men, first of all, what they see is the physical appearance of the lady. And then also, we are going to look at how our lady should be an irresistible flirt. A lady who knows how to really flirt. I can see your face. Yeah, an irresistible flirt.
Okay, you'll explain, eh?
I will fully explain all that, and our listeners should actually be there to know what exactly I mean by that. Now, when I talk about being an irresistible, having a irresistible body or personality, first of all, I'm talking about being self-confident. Men are always very much attracted to a lady who is self-confident, a lady who is aware of who she is, a lady who knows what she wants, how to get it, and a lady who is always willing to identify herself as an authentic self. She's not like cloning herself to look like someone different or struggling to look like someone who is not really her. So a man is always attracted to a lady who is self-confident. And you see, again, confidence brings in the idea of being able to express herself well, without having so much obstacles, without having so much issues around her. She's able to express herself confidently. And actually, she's also able to be herself in front of everybody. She's not insecure. So that really makes a man get so much attracted to this kind of a lady. The other thing is about you seem like you have a question.
I wanted to ask, don't you think that having that personality, that it's a big personality, when you talk about personality, a lot can be tackled.
Yeah.
So won't a man be scared with this personality? For example, maybe you're a public figure, and is that a personality?
Let me tell you, there is a difference between a personality and a status. Maybe you are a big public figure in the society. That is your status. But again, there is that person that is you. And that person that is you needs to be a confident someone. Because honestly speaking, you will find men will always be attracted to a woman who understands herself well. A woman who carries herself with a lot of dignity and with a lot of respect, and a woman who is able to express herself openly without fear. Men are never scared about such kind of women because reasonably enough, they believe this is a woman you can sit down and argue issues and, like critique openly without any fear. And again, when it comes to personality in terms of a status, then it means maybe socially this person is a dignified individual. But remember, that is a different entity altogether. It is upon the lady to ensure that she balances between who she is socially and who she is as a girlfriend to his man.
Because if you ask me, there's this aspect of being a career woman and having a strong personality. It has been my assumption that men always get scared of it. And that's why you see big people, like when I mean big ladies with titles, they rarely get married.
They rarely get married because one of the factors that contribute to that, they are very competitive in the way they think.
And
egoistic. So basically, for a man to approach that kind of a lady, this man also has to have or to bear some amount of confidence himself. Apart from him just looking for a confident lady, he also needs to bear a certain amount of confidence. And you see, that confidence will be built more by being with a confident person. So basically, it's naturally known, it's commonly known that men are confident, in a way. So when he meets this kind of a lady, if he is able to approach this lady confidently without any fear, and the lady responds positively, then he is into it. He actually
won't the man feel intimidated?
Not really. As long as they have something common to discuss, he doesn't feel intimidated at all. And actually, something interesting about ladies, if you don't know, about men and ladies, if you don't know, when they're discussing about matters confidently, one of the things that you will notice is that the more this lady is expressive, the more this man is attracted to her.
Okay, personally, I still stand to differ with Dr. Love, but we were just introducing what motivates a man to be with a woman, and I'm privileged to have my Dr. Love, that's Councillor Sam, and still with the title of a chair. Nakuru County Films Association, still saying I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So we'll come back, but there's someone here who is saying, hello Kate, say hi to Dr. Love. It's Maria, the Chinese girl. Tell him thank you.
Thank you, Maria. She's always tuning in to listen to us. And
yes,
she's been following us even on Facebook, and that's so lovely. We appreciate her.
Definitely. Let's keep interacting right now. Go to our page, that is Vobic's Palace, or call me or SMS me on 0713 999 227. Keep it the Vobic's Palace.
I don't know if you were looking at me or not. You probably
radio station, and this is Zero Drive with me, Kate Vobic, joined by our Dr. Love, that is Councillor Sam.
Hi.
I'm good, and we are talking about what motivates a man to be with a woman, and he gave us 3 quick things: having irresistible personality, physically irresistible, and irresistible flat. And you started explaining about the personalities, and that's where I was not buying your idea.
And actually, as we went off air, I heard you say that maybe the issues of status, being career women and all that. But now, the confidence I'm talking about here builds in more about self-awareness. I don't know whether there is a guy who will not be able to date or be with a woman who doesn't believe in herself in terms of whether the lady is beautiful, whether she looks good, whether she's smart. The guy wants to believe that this lady understands herself well. So it's about self-awareness. It's about being aware. If you're beautiful, you don't need necessarily to be told or to be assured by someone else that you're beautiful. You already know that you're beautiful. You know you're smart. You know that you understand yourself well. such that if it is expressing yourself, everything that you're saying is you who is saying it. You're not like buying it from someone else, okay? And ideally, it means now that your brain is processing everything that is being heard or that is being spoken by your mouth. The other thing is when like the way ladies dress, there is a reason as to why they dress whatever way they dress. So if you can't explain why you are dressed in the way you are dressed, that shows you lack confidence.
What if you just say that's my mode of dressing and I like it that way?
Why do you like it? The question will still come back to you. Why do you like it? It either makes you look good, it makes you look sexier, it makes you look attractive. That's why you like it. And that mode of expressing yourself, it means you understand yourself. You're comfortable in your skin, okay? And so such kind of confidences, levels of confidences, are the ones that men look for. Do you understand yourself? If you are asked, can you describe who you are? You are able to describe well without even baiting an eyelid. And you are able to talk about yourself in a very fluent way without actually gazing, so that it doesn't look like you're faking who you are. It is that kind of confidence.
So that's the personality that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you've assured us a man doesn't feel intimidated with such a character.
He doesn't feel intimidated. As long as you are comfortable in whom you are, then you are good to go with a guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Now, the other one is about being humorous. By this, I don't mean that you become a stand...
It still falls under personality.
Yeah. And this does not necessarily mean that you become a stand-up comedian.
It doesn't mean you have to become Sam West.
Yeah. It only means that you have a sense of humor. Yeah. You are a jovial person. You can laugh genuinely. You can share the moments that
everyone,
make you,
not only your man.
Not only your man.
Yeah.
That is, your authentic self is totally visible from how you laugh. Let me tell you something, Kate. Men love ladies who laugh, and they love ladies who laugh genuinely. Okay, so it's just a question of understanding. Do you have a sense of humor? Do you understand what interests you? Do you understand what excites you? And when it's actually true and genuine, do you express it the same way, or do you fake it? Yeah. So a man will want to be around someone who is laughing, who understands whom she is in terms of being excited, enjoying. Because I really don't believe a guy will want to have a dally Sally, someone who is just dull. Yeah. They want someone whom they can play around with, someone who can be jovial, someone who is flexible. And this person, and especially ladies, are more beautiful when they smile and laugh.
You can say that again.
Yeah.
You can say that again.
Yeah, because it is what really attracts a man. You laugh more, the man gets more attracted to you. The other thing is about being nice. Being nice is about being courteous, being respectful. It's not just looking nice, okay? You be nice to yourself. If you can take care of yourself, then the man believes that you can also take care of him. And again, if you are nice enough to yourself, then it means you respect yourself. And here we apply the simple quote that says, respect yourself for you to be respected. So a man wants someone who respects herself. Because he believes that if this lady respects herself, then it is easier for her to respect me as a man. Okay? And that enables a man actually build that relationship with a lot of comfort, with a lot of assurance that I am with someone who is nice to herself, someone who cares for herself, someone who is kind about herself, and someone who respects herself. So if you are able to be courteous enough, and not only to him, even to other people, because the way you treat your brother is the same way you may end up treating your man. The way you treat your dad is the same way you may end up treating your man. So he will try to look at those things.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I have maybe a dad. Let me give maybe a scenario. Maybe you have a dad, and this dad cannot be treated well because even he does not reciprocate to you well. Maybe your dad has never been that a father figure or that figure that you may want a man to represent. Do you mean that I will end up treating my man? My man is good, but my dad is not that good. I'll end up treating my man like that.
Now remember, a man is not interested about your flaws. He's not interested about
It's not about
flaws.
the flaws.
Yeah, because now when you start exposing your dad as a weakling, then tomorrow you'll expose the same man as a weakling to some other people.
Ooh.
Because it trickles back to your life. Yeah. Ooh. If you didn't find anything interesting and like something catchy about your husband, your dad, what will make you believe that the man will be interesting to you?
A question again, Dr. Love. are you trying to say that when I'm getting married, I should not expose my family so much to my man?
And you remember last time we talked about bad mouthing
Yes.
your family.
Yes.
So if your family has certain weaknesses, do not expose them to your man.
Thank you.
Yeah? Because the moment you expose them to your man, it will easily happen even in future with your same man. You will talk about him.
Because I understand there's a statement that we marry our dads.
You marry, and actually you are going to look for a man who has almost the same quality
and
the personalities to your dad.
I remember there's a couple that really went haywire because the lady said this, why don't you protect me the way my dad protects me? You know?
Yeah, the lady will always keep on referring to her dad because that is the man she knows.
Yes.
Yeah. So if a man comes into your life and he treats you somehow different from how your dad treated you, you'll always remind him that you have a dad and he used to do some stuff that you liked. If you didn't like what your dad used to do, then you'll be so surprised to find a man who is treating you so well, and you'll be wondering, what could be wrong with this man, or why does he seem to be so nice? Is he so nice to be true? So you'll have those doubts because the kind of man who has brought you up, whether he didn't give you a father figure, is still your role model in whatever aspect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, if your dad didn't treat you well, don't train your man to disrespect him. Train him to respect him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's an advice to the ladies, and you just need to walk shoulder high.
Yeah, sure.
Believe in yourself, and know that men don't love ladies who are
Yeah,
weaklings.
they don't love
You know,
ladies who
every
look
now
down on
and then
themselves.
you keep whining.
Yeah.
I don't have. I wish I had. I had hips like so and so. I wish.
No,
Blah,
when
blah.
you wish so much, you're regretting about who you are.
And the creation
You need to
part.
be comfortable with who you are.
Wow.
Enjoy and love yourself the way you are. Because there is none who is better than you. There'll never be. And actually, there has never been someone like you. You are uniquely built or uniquely created. So you should love yourself the way you are. If you're struggling to be like, I don't know whom I would call, like...
Huda Monroe.
I really don't like referring to people. I love myself the way I am. I would love everybody to love the way
think
they
Dr.
are.
Love, what you're trying to talk about, having irresistible personality, is
Yeah.
all about self-esteem.
Good.
How do I carry myself? Because there's no way you'll fall in love with someone. How can you give what you don't have? You
Definitely.
know, I don't love myself. How can I love Dr.
You
Love?
can't lie that you're going to love someone
Yes.
else. And if you don't take care of yourself, it's so easy to say you can't take care of someone else. Because you see, we train ourselves to be what we want to be tomorrow. Every time, everything that you do, will actually account to whom you'll become in future. So if you're a nice lady, you'll make a nice wife.
A problem is here before we just get out of that topic. Hi, Dr. Love and Kate. Just loving and enjoying your topic. Please help me. My man make me look down on myself. Everything I try to do, he doesn't like it. The way I dress, he keeps talking about it and referring me to other ladies for advice. Am I wrong?
What happens is that actually I appreciate the listener, and that is the issue of again, it's an issue of self-esteem. Mostly, you can never be an inferior unless you allow someone to make you feel inferior. That is one point. Every time you look at yourself in the mirror, whom do you see? Whatever you see is who you are, okay? If you see yourself and feel like, me, I am what he says, then you forget who you are. But if you look at yourself and say confidently, I was wonderfully and fearfully made, then you are yourself. The other thing is, when a man is like making you feel so useless, making you feel so invaluable, he has issues with himself and his family, because mostly a man wants to marry someone who is like his mother.
That's true.
Okay? He looks for someone who has qualities and personalities of his mother. So if he didn't have a good relationship with his mother, then he has no role model. He has no father, a mother figure in his life. And so he's trying now to substitute his suffering from how he was brought up and projecting it to you. So you need to confidently stand for yourself and just know one thing, that you are wonderfully and fearfully made. No matter what he says, do not forget yourself and get carried away by his statements. He is not the one who makes you be who you are. You are already there. You are made by God. And however God created you, he had a reason to create you that way. The other thing is, do not allow yourself to compare, do not compare yourself to others. In
Yep.
as much as he refers you to others,
You will never
do
be them.
not be confident with who you are. Just appreciate yourself, love yourself, because the more you love yourself, the more you appreciate yourself, eventually he will change and he will start appreciating you.
Okay, I think the point is home, and every lady should walk a shoulder high, knowing that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. As the song suggests, Taurus, really, she's royal. I don't need any makeup to be a beauty.
Definitely.
I don't need anyone to define me. I define myself.
Yeah,
I think that's nice.
sure.
To all the ladies that are listening to us, that is so nice. And we still have physical irresistible. I don't know if we should go to that or we go for music
I
music
think
break.
we should finalize with the irresistible personality.
Yes.
We have two items. The other item is about being smart. Now, being smart, apart from the outlook, like when you talk about the word smart, we will always think about how we look. I want to get dressed well. I want to look nice to people. No, it's about being intelligent.
Smart, brain-wise.
Yeah, brain-wise.
I think wherever DJ Lini is, he's happy because he always says it's not about the face.
Yeah, it's not about
all
the
about the
face.
brain.
It's about the brain.
Yes.
So be intelligent. An intelligent lady attracts a man. Being intelligent means you're reasonable. You are able to argue issues in the best light possible. You are able to resolve matters if it is conflicts. You are able to bring in ideas, initiatives into your relationship. And you are able also to carry yourself with greater mannerisms. So intelligence comes in and it plays a very big role in enabling the man like you and love you the way you are. Don't look down on yourself.
That's nice.
Now, the other thing is that be yourself. This all totals up to you being yourself, being an authentic.
Don't fake.
Do not
be,
fake. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Every time you think about yourself in the light, in a light way, in a positive way. Like we say, look at things from the sunshine point, not from the darkness point. Okay? When you look at yourself, how do you feel about yourself? What is it that you admire about yourself? What is it that you like doing to make yourself happy? And apart from just being selfish, be even more selfish to pamper yourself and play around with yourself.
This is what someone said to the ladies. If you don't take time when you're going to the mirror, you don't take time with yourself. You just rush, quickly. Someone else is taking time.
Yeah.
And that person might come and take your man.
Definitely.
Because a lady is known to be different. Take time for bathroom.
Yeah.
Make sure that you clean everywhere. Come out, dress. You may not be a makeup person, but just take time with yourself.
Yeah.
Comb your hair, make it look nice.
Yeah. And enjoy being who you are.
Yep.
Yeah. There's no one who is like you. And the love that you give, no one can give it like you do.
Oh.
No one. In as much as we are talking here, everybody gives their love in their unique way. No one can give the way the other does because we have preferences. There is how I would like to be cared for. There is how I would like to be treated. And it is totally different from another person. So when you show your man that you understand yourself, you love yourself the way you are, then you give them a reason to try and figure out what is this that really makes you flourish, blossom, and look nice. And they'll want to always be with you.
There's this aspect to Dr. Love that when I put on a mini skirt, I want to show all the men my legs. When I apply makeups, I'm not confident with myself. I want to do something. Yeah? Can I say that I can do that for my man only? Regardless what people think out there, but I can do that for my man only.
You see, when you're with your man, you want the best for each other and from each other. So basically, when you're doing something, it should always occur in your mind that you're doing it for the best of your relationship. And the other party in your relationship is your man. So if he's pleased by you wearing miniskirts, have no worries. Do it. Do it for your man. If he's comfortable with you doing makeups, do it for your man because he's actually the person who will compliment you first. Yeah? If like I always ask people, who is your best friend? Who is your first best friend? And many other people will tell me it's my man, it's my hazi, it's my wife. Let me tell you, your first best friend is yourself. If you don't like how you look, who will like you?
I'm telling you, if you asked me that question, I could have answered it wrongly. Because I just had an answer here, but the answer is not even right.
You should be your first best friend. Even
fall in love with yourself.
Fall in love with yourself. Take care of yourself the best way you know how. Then when you go to your man, tell him, this is the best person I'm presenting to you. If he likes it, he will hug you, he will kiss you, he will just warmly welcome you. If he doesn't like it, let him point at that particular area that he doesn't like, because naturally he will not he will not dislike the general you. It's just an area maybe he will look at and say, possibly you'd have worked on this. Yeah.
A quick question, maybe before we go to music break, because I want to dedicate She's Royal to all the ladies who are listening to me and to us. This lady is asking, hi Kate, I thank you so much for bringing Dr. Love, because I've been going through a lot. My man never appreciates me, never introduce me in public to his friends or even family, and to make it worse, he cannot tell me I love you via phone, only SMS.
Wow, that's a little bit
sad.
Challenging.
It's sad.
Not really sad.
You know, I don't know how to put this, but if you love me, why can't you introduce me to your friends? How does it feel? Your best friend does not know I'm your woman. They just see me and maybe even tell them I'm the cousin. Yuck. Sucks.
There is unconditional love. And there is conditional love.
I was talking to someone today about unconditional love.
And unconditional love is where you appreciate someone the way they are. You don't want them to change. You just love them the way they are. And mostly you work for their improvement rather than for their change, for maybe a negative change. So when you find maybe something is happening in your relationship and the man feels like he's uncomfortable to introduce you to his men, then the big question is, whom is he introducing? That is the big question. Whom does he have in his life? Why is it that he's not so comfortable to introduce you to other men? Why is he so insecure? What is it that you have? Maybe
I don't think it's what you have. I don't think Dr.
whom
Love,
you are. Look at this.
I don't think who you are, but I think the aspect that you said, who is he introducing? That's the main thing.
That is the question.
Yes.
Because one, he may be in so much love with you, so that if he introduces you to other people, then you're a ripe mango. Anyone can go for it.
Can we go for music break? Because now I think you're trying to contradict. We are coming back to that question.
Sure.
We will be starting it from that question. So keep asking questions. Dr. Love is here for you. Any concern? 0713999227. That's our main call and SMS line. But I want to dedicate this jam to every lady that believes in herself. You are royal. You don't need the makeup to be a beauty. You are who you are. Taurus really, she's royal. Loving the jam and enjoying it in the studio, 3:05 p.m. East Africa time. Hero Radio 99.0 for a fresh breath of music and Nakurumo's popular radio station. My name is Kate Vobic, hanging out with Dr. Love.
Hi there.
That's Councillor Summer. But before we go back to the Vobic's Palace, something maybe, when you talk about breakups are not easy, especially when the whole world is up to you. And sometimes it's hard when you're a celebrity. I'm talking about Gloria Muliro and her husband, Eric Omba. After everything went haywire and everyone was talking about it, I think it's good when you listen to things in the right way. And after their breakup issue was all over, Omba has been begging her to come back for close to a year now, but Gloria has been not responding to everything that is happening. However, despite her own failures in marriage, she believes marriage is still salvational and has a message for the married people. A message that I'll be telling you at a later time, because this is time for the Vobic's Palace. And Dr. Love is looking at me like, oops. We are talking about what motivates a man to be with a woman. I've seen Miss Saita was all over. It's like,
Yeah, this issue, the debate of the debate of introductions.
What were you talking with Miss
Actually,
Saita?
the issue of introductions has really brought a controversy here. And Saita is
But
like,
let me tell you the truth.
Yeah?
I didn't want to sound personal because
Yeah.
I'm the one hosting the show, but
Yeah.
I think every lady has a complaint. Even married women.
Yeah.
Men, you have a wrong way of introducing your women if you do it.
Okay.
Especially, I don't want to go into tribes, but there's a tribe that dem anakuanga huko mbele, jamaa anakuanga huko nyuma, ule ni mama wa kwetu.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I think the only person who introduced the lady well is my dad. Let's continue.
Oh, I'd like to meet him. Now, you see, I was saying before we went off air that the issue of introductions, again, when you look at it from the in-depth, it depends with how someone, like there's what we call an incognitive behavior. And mostly with us or with everybody as human beings, there's a cultural fiber that holds us. There's a cultural way of how we look at things. I don't want to justify that it is not right for men to introduce ladies. But in the African setup, if you look at it so keenly, you will find that men even don't walk with their women, especially after they are married. They don't accompany each other. And you'll mostly find that a woman is always on the lead and the man follows. Or if the man will go first, he will go earlier than the woman. Now, when people are dating and maybe your guy or your man is not introducing you to others, mostly it is not good for you to blame this person. What is important
that you said, Dr. Love,
there's something
who is he introducing?
Actually, and that is where I'm getting into. There's something that you need to understand. What are the insecurities or are the securities that this person has? Because it is two sides of the coin. He may be insecure or he may be playing a security game.
Okay,
now, remember,
I think today you'll just have to bear with me because I think you're trying to be a man chauvinist in a way. Okay. Are you trying to say, I'm this pretty lady. I have everything that a man would want.
Yeah.
Wouldn't my man introduce me just because I don't want other men to follow my lady?
Now,
could that be an issue?
Remember, Kate, when I'm with my friends as a man, I understand the kind of friends that I have. And if I am aware that my friends are people who can easily interfere with my private life, then I have no reason to introduce you to them. That is one. Number two,
that's 0.01%.
Yeah. Number two, the kind of environment we are in. Like if I'm in an environment that is so displeasing to my lady, why bring her on the scene? Why?
E.g.
Yeah. If, for instance, I'm a guy who likes going to bars. My wife is this, in quotes, a Christian. Do you expect her to come there and I introduce her? She will not even come.
What was she doing?
Okay. You see, now you start getting the questions.
Yeah.
What was she even? So whom am I introducing? Falls into two categories. Am I introducing my lady to people whom I trust? Or am I introducing my lady to people who can prey on her?
I think this introduction thing is a topic on its own.
Definitely.
Because everyone is complaining. I have several ladies here. Hi, Dr. Love. Kate, please tell Dr. Love na pingana na yeye kabisa. Jama wangu aniintroducingi na tumekuwa married for 4 years. Iyo ni nini sasa? Someone else is saying, hi, Kate and Dr. Love, enjoying your discussion, but I want to differ with Dr. Love. The introduction part is a mess to all Kenyan men. I'm thinking of going to Uganda.
I just said it. The way we were brought up. How many guys will stand up and say they saw their dads walking with their moms? They didn't see it. So if you saw it...
I'm telling you the truth, me.
I wish they were seeing you. It's only that they are not... No, I asked how many guys, not ladies, okay? Every lady wants to walk along with every lady wants to walk along with their husbands. But how many guys saw their dads walking with their wives? And that is where now, who are the role models? Okay? From how we were brought up, we are made to understand that a woman's place is in the house, in the kitchen. And so when a man is going somewhere with the wife has either to go, to do preparations there. Maybe wanaenda chai pahali. The lady goes first. Yeah. So you'll find the man going alone. So if I grow knowing that my dad never accompanies my mom, not only going to places where activities are happening, not even into church, how will I be able to go with my lady? I have no one to look upon to.
A man is trying maybe to support you or differ with me, and he's saying, hi, Kate and Dr. Love. Mimi na support Dr. Love. I always... now you're contradicting yourself. I always hold my girl's hand wherever we go. I can kiss her in public. Isn't that introduction enough?
Now, you should first of all know that we have what we call African culture. and we have now the Western culture.
Which is really affecting us now.
Which is now, we are trying to strongly conform to the Western culture. Now, remember, initially, in our lives as Africans, we never used to have public romance. Even the issue of introductions.
It's a taboo.
It's almost a taboo. So right today we are fighting to introduce our partners to other friends or to people, yet it is something that we have not been able to practice in our whole lives, okay? So what we need to do is to start taking a step by step. If you want to be introduced by your man, let him know that you feel proud to be introduced.
Which lady doesn't feel proud to be introduced?
But you see, the issue of assumption is always very wrong. And I've always told you that,
But
Kate,
men should know that, Dr. Love.
Okay, if I come here at the studio and I find you eating, and you assume I had eaten somewhere, then after you're done with eating, I tell you I'm hungry. How will that make you feel?
So bad.
So until I tell you, Kate, as you eat, I'm also hungry, you'll be able to share with me some food. So do not assume.
So I should tell my man, introduce me, be introducing me.
It's not about telling him. It's about sitting with him and tell him the things that make you happy. And introduction should be part of what makes you happy.
Are you a Kenyan?
Very much a Kenyan.
Do you know how we operate with our Kenyan men?
And until we overcome that kind of a mindset, that is when we are going to win over this war of conforming to the Western culture.
So I sit my man down and I tell him, honey, there's one thing I want to tell you.
Not only one thing, honey, there are quite a number of things I would Kate. Imagine you have so many issues you can discuss with your man. So many. Honey, I would like you to buy me a certain dress. It makes me look nice. Honey, I would like you to make me, to give me some money. I need to buy some makeup. If you are able to tell him those things, how impossible is it for you to still tell the same man, honey, when I walk with you in public, I feel so proud. I feel so good. I feel so loved.
So please be introducing me.
When you introduce me to your friends, I feel good. I get to understand the kind of people you associate with. He will see that you care about his well-being.
Someone is saying, hi, Kate, I love being a natural. I'm a royal, Nimish. Yes, my Dr. Love, please help our men understand when they introduce us, we feel like queens. My case, I like it when I'm being introduced.
I'm honestly telling our listeners, everything that we are doing here is to enable you approach your men the way you do in everything else. And let me tell you, I don't know all those men. In as much as we are here on radio, they may be listening somewhere. And possibly some of them are even saying, Dr. Lava anatuongezea kazi. No, let me tell you, I'm actually just empowering you. Look at your man right in the eye and ask him, what would make you more proud? Would walking with me in public make you proud? If he says yes, tomorrow walk with him. If introducing you again is an issue, when he's walking with you, ask him, would you be okay introducing me to your friends? Yeah, let him say yes. If he says yes, he's doing it. So basically, it's about introducing things step by step.
I don't know if this will go line to line with what we are talking about. And the way things are going, I think the two zitaenda. But today have your time.
Definitely.
Someone is saying, hi, Kate and Dr. Love. Thank you so much for the topic. We are crashing in our hearts. I have a problem with my man. When we are the two of us, he calls me all the sweet words. But in public, he calls me by name. Does that mean he can't introduce me in using the names?
Okay, again, we go back to conforming to what is happening. No, okay, we are in a modern world where things are changing, and we have to appreciate the fact that things are changing. Now, let me ask another simple question. I don't know how many guys will stand up and say they heard their dads calling their moms sweetheart, baby, dear.
But Dr. Love, this is a new generation, seriously. We cannot compare ourselves with the way we were brought up.
But basically, we are 75% of how we were brought up. 25% is what we learn.
Zako ni zile za kama bangu alikuwa anaita mama wangu, we nani? Nina.
Actually,
seriously, you call me that, I'm your woman.
And actually, you will find today you are struggling or you're fighting for your guy to call you sweetheart, baby, darling. Let me tell you, when you get married, the first thing that will happen once you become pregnant and you bear your child, he will change the name to Mama Nani. Then from there, you will start actually. In the course of your pregnancy, he will be calling you your name, baby and darling. Then after you get the baby, after some months, he
Mama
will start
so-and-so.
calling you Mama Nani. Then from there, he will be saying Huyo. So
Haya.
expect all these things to
You
happen.
call me Huyo?
Yes. The emotion you go koramutumia. Go home, you'll find my wife there.
Are you for
Go
real?
home. Go home, you'll find someone there. Someone, not even the name, someone. Utakuta Mama Nani. Now, the other aspect here that you need to understand. Imagine this. Women bring life in this world. Then when you go to a home and you find a man who is married, the first question that is normally asked is, kwani watu wako wapi? So who is the man? So this so this gives you a reason for you to understand that our men respond so much to how they were brought up, more than what now we want them to be. And as we learn new things, we also need to allow them to adjust pole pole. Yeah, let him call you baby as you dance and as you date. Let him call you darling as you court.
You
let
called
him
it honeymoon stage. Eh?
Yeah, let him call you sweetheart.
So we should
in
enjoy
the
these
first-
names now.
in the first phase of your marriage, after honeymoon. Wait for that name, sweetheart. But the moment you bear the kid, utasikia baby, Mama Nani. Those names will keep on
Hi,
changing.
that one hurts.
It may hurt now because you are not hearing it, but when you start hearing it, you'll just adapt to it.
Are you for real?
I'm telling you the truth.
Hi.
So ladies out there, train your man, pole pole. He's not used to calling or introducing you because he never saw it happening with his dad, and maybe even with his friends. We are still stereotypes of how we were brought up. But as we conform to the new style of life, we are learning pole
Men
pole.
are now complaining. I
Hey.
love this.
Eh,
I didn't know men have an issue being
yeah.
introduced.
Sindio, they're also human beings.
Someone is saying, Kate and Dr. Love, hata mimi niko na shida kama huyo. Mimi huwa ninamuintroduce, mimi humuintroduce manzi yangu kwa mabeshte na humwambia nampenda mbele ya watu, but yeye hajawahi ni introduce. Nikimcall so anasema sawa. Someone else is saying, Kate, usituache nyuma, hata sisi wanaume tunataka kuintroduciwa. Mwanamke wangu huwa ani-introduce. Na nikimwambia kwa phone I love you, anasemanga pia.
I love you too.
Pia.
Yeah, pia.
So, sina kupenda pia, pia.
Yeah.
So, men have issues. Even them, they need to be introduced.
All of us have issues. Remember.
Why should I introduce you? You should be the one introducing me.
There's someone I was talking to in the morning, and we agreed, if you're a real man, then you are 50% a man and 50% a woman. Any man who is not that, then he's not a real man. Remember, we all have emotions, and emotions are not about our sexuality. They're not about our masculinity or about our femininity. Emotions are about us being as humans. So me as a man, I have my own needs, emotional needs. As a woman, you have your own emotional needs. So if we don't understand them fully, then basically what will be happening, we'll always be having conflicts. And in the course of those conflicts, you realize that we will have simple differences. Like, for instance, today, as we are talking about how confidently a man will be with a lady, then we are coming into the issue of introductions. Then it means this lady will be happy if she is introduced. But unfortunately, she is not bold enough. She's not confident enough to tell the man, kindly be introducing me.
Wouldn't you call me a whiner, a complainant? You know, I'm always complaining of this. Because, Dr. Love, let's put things in an African way. Umesema tuachane na uzungu.
Yeah,
mob,
tuachane na
sindio?
uzungu.
An African man cannot be told things every day, like, because our men are unbearable.
Do you remember
I
when...
will talk to you today, you will try and change tomorrow, I'll talk about something else, and that will be the norm.
Now, let me tell you something, and maybe it is going to hurt you in a way, but I'm telling
Try
you
and
the
sugarcoat
truth.
it.
Yeah?
Yes.
When you marry a man, no matter how old he looks or he is, you're marrying a 5-year-old boy. And every time you tell him something, you are not wasting your energy. You are just making him be on top of the issues. Now, men forget so quickly. And they forget so quickly because when they are processing issues, they attend to one item at a time. So by reminding him, sweetie, I feel nice when you introduce me, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. If you get bored to continue reminding your man, then it is easier for me to say you are getting bored with the relationship, not with the person. So basically, what you need to know is that a man requires to be reminded most of the time. And you realize, even when you are discussing about issues with the man, most of the time you will keep on reminding him, do you remember you told me this last time? He has already forgotten, because the moment you discussed about that issue, he thought it was over. It is done.
Hi, Kate. I love the topic. I find it very heartbreaking. If my guy wouldn't introduce me, it is essential to let people know what my identity in your life stands. Listening to that discussion made me love my guy more, because my guy introduces me.
Good. And you see, he introduces her, and possibly, if she was to go into the nitty-gritty of whatever transpired, basically she just approached the guy and told him, baby, I just feel proud when I'm with you. If only you can introduce me to your friends, it would even make me feel so good. And the guy took the initiative. So before you blame, talk, tell him.
Okay, we'll come and wrap it up and continue tomorrow. But I think you need to have a whole topic
on introduction.
Yes,
that is interesting.
And that's why in African culture we have introduction to marriage. Kuna kwangele, you're introducing it.
And you see, all of us want to be introduced. Men want to be introduced. Women want to be introduced. But men are the minorities. But you should always remember, a coin has 3 sides. Try to understand those sides. It's either security, insecurity, or
why should you be insecure because your lady is pretty? You cannot.
I don't want my friends to prey on my wife or on my lady. I want to be safe with her.
0713 999 227. Call or SMS line. We're coming back.
It is a stability. It is about the expression, the physical expression of a lady. And one of the areas that when we think about how someone appears physically is about their dressing code. I've always had issues with how people respond to how ladies dress nowadays. But you see, it goes without saying that a lady needs to be dressed and be comfortable with her dressing. So when we think about dressing, we are trying to look at, is this person comfortable with how they look? And
is it about me or my guy now?
The lady.
Me, myself.
The lady, yeah. Are you comfortable? And is the guy also comfortable with how you're dressing? Because mostly the way you dress gives the world the impression of how you want to be perceived. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so remember, it also gives the guy the impression of how you want him to perceive you. Mm-hmm. So if maybe I've seen ladies saying, I wear skinny, tight dresses and I feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. But is it comfortable with your guy? If it is, then it's okay. If it is not, and basically it makes you feel more comfortable, then it means you have something to discuss there and absorb. So mainly, your dressing code needs to make you feel more comfortable, needs to make you more presentable, and needs to look decent.
What if I'm comfortable the way I dress and my guy is not?
So then it means you have something to iron out. You need to understand from his point of understanding.
Or I have the wrong guy.
I don't know how you'd compare your guy with your dressing code. I don't know which is more valuable. Which is but you see, when you look at the value of the dress in terms of how much you bought it, then does it really add value to your relationship? Mm-hmm. Because basically it's about something that adds value to your relationship and value to your own personal reputation. So if what you're wearing brings questions to your guy, then it again raises eyebrows to the society, then it makes you grow uncomfortable. Because I've seen ladies, or I've heard guys complaining that whenever my lady is in a certain dress, she's always trying to pull it, to fit or to hide some parts. And like for instance, we have these ladies who are blessed, they're endowed with a good physical assets, yeah? So you find she's wearing a dress that is not covering everything or is not taking care of everything that we could call private. And so basically it becomes an embarrassment to the guy. And he's very uncomfortable. He doesn't want to accompany the same lady. But remember again, in the house, when you dress like that, maybe you are wearing tight dress or transparent clothes in the house, the guy will be okay because you look sexy. But when now you go out, he feels like, okay, you're trying to expose so much of who you are. You know, when you expose so much flesh or you cover up so much flesh, then it is a question to him. Then I think there's something for you to discuss.
There's a problem here, Dr. Love. Thank you so much, Dr. Love, for mentioning about mode of dressing. I have a skinny lady, and she insists of wearing pipes. She looks like, let me not say that, but it offends me.
You see, so it is not just a question of you. Remember, like I said in our previous programs, there are three entities between you and the relationship. There is you, there is the guy, and there is the relationship. So you both have different interests and different expectations about whatever you want in that relationship. Then there is the relationship itself. So one of the things that you have to be very careful and mindful about when you're in a relationship is equally your dressing code, your mode of dressing. If it doesn't please your partner, then it means it is hurting the relationship. It goes directly to hurt the relationship. That means mutually the relationship will not work until you address that issue. Because every time you address, like the way the listener has just indicated, you know, he's disgusted about the dressing code of the lady.
I thought people always have issues with plump ladies and all that, even skinny ladies.
Yeah, because now if you are skinny and maybe you wear, like he's saying, pipes, and he's not comfortable, then it means that he's not investing so much into that relationship. He's blaming more of you for making it not work. Okay, and for you to actually minimize the issues of blaming and, you know, counter accusation, it is good for both of you to sit down and just tell the lady, my girl, I feel happy when you're dressed in this way, and I will go to any mile to ensure you have that kind of dressing if it makes you happy, and if it doesn't, then we have to find an alternative way that will please both of us.
Okay. Amen. You have issues. Unfortunately, Dr. Love, we cannot continue, but we will start from physical.
Irresistible.
Because the questions are so many.
There are so many.
People are still coming along with that, but
what before we wind up, Kate,
yes, because definitely you have to give us your final.
Let's look at the relationship as the main common factor that is bringing us together. That love that is binding us together. It has to be built by mutual understanding, mutual agreements. Because if your dressing is offensive and I tell you, you become angry and almost we end up fighting, then eventually the relationship will not work. Now, when we talk about what we like in a relationship, we are expressing our interest, we are expressing our expectations. And remember, interest and expectations are all emotional.
Yeah.
So they attach so much to how we want things to happen in our lives. And if they don't happen the right way, then we will always say we have a wrong person. We are in a wrong relationship. And basically, we want you to be in the right relationship. We want you to be with the right person. This person, that is where you are given 2 ears so that you can hear more, and 1 mouth so that you can speak less. So, you know, like if you're a lady and a man tells you, this is how I would like you to look, it pleases me more when you look like this. Do not forget, the most interest here is to build the relationship, not necessarily the man, but the relationship itself, because it is the actual bond that brings you together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, and there's a lot.
There's a lot.
Someone already was saying something. Wait, it was starting like that. Yes, there we go. Mungetoka kwa hiyo topic ya introduction, please. So I think you need to do something.
Definitely.
Introduction needs.
What we will do is we will finalize with this. What motivates a man to love a woman?
Yes.
Then we'll get into introduction. The issue of
we have irresistible flat.
We have 2 items that we have left hanging. So what we will do, we'll complete the show next time when we, God willing, when we come over, and we will try to have a topic on introduction. How should people introduce their partners?
Yes.
How should it be conducted? What are the fears? We need to address these issues so that at least even this guy who hold back, they can also understand why they do it. Because mostly, you realize, they may even wonder, I've never known she wants to be introduced. So we'll get to answer those questions.
I'm sorry to the listeners. So many things were not considered today, and people are still asking for Doom News and all that. 10 minutes to the top of the hour, and I just have to wind it up right here and check out. It has been wonderful really hanging out with you to Patani Kesho. It's all about throwback, and I will be doing it. Remember, which Doom News do you want it to be repeated tomorrow? Keep requesting for it, and I will repeat it. I'm leaving you with a jam from Nakuru County, produced and everything done in Nakuru. Enjoy. That is Kitinda by Magix and Morgan.
Magic song.